Hi, my name is Meg Edwards, and I'm a GTD coach, and I'm doing a series of GTD for beginners. Although a lot of times the beginner moves are also the moves for people who have been doing GTD for many years. But today I wanted to respond to a question. It wasn't necessarily a question, but a comment that somebody made in the last video that I did about ideas. What do you do when you have so many ideas? He was saying about how he's always capturing these ideas on little scraps of paper, and there was just a lot of ideas and felt a little out of control with that. And I see that happening often with people. And I think it's not necessarily about capturing. You want to keep capturing. I recall when I was coaching somebody where he was working with a consultant who basically just said, "You have too many ideas and just stop." Well, that didn't really work for him. And so I came in and I said, it's not necessarily about you stopping the capturing. It's about you having a more ruthless filter when you're clarifying and organizing. And so when somebody has a lot of ideas, sometimes what you can do is just create some ideas lists. If you have your phone with you all the time, you could create in notes or reminders or whatever app you use a list called ideas. And it could be many different kinds of lists with different kinds of ideas that you have. And you just directly capture into those lists so that you skip the step of writing it down on a piece of paper and then putting it into a list because you've got your phone right there. And I know lots of people that do that. I actually, for a very long time, was always capturing gardening ideas. And I would just take out my phone and I would add it directly onto my gardening ideas list. And I had lots and lots and lots and lots of ideas. And so that really helped me manage all the ideas that I have. But this is where perspectives comes into play. I have been living in my house now for 27 years, and I have finished landscaping my backyard. And so if I have an idea for the backyard, I don't do anything with it anymore. I can recognize I'm done because I know my goals and vision and purpose. And if you don't, that's okay. If you're really quite not sure about something, then keep capturing and clarifying and organizing it. And then I think what's a misunderstanding in the weekly review is it says review your someday maybe list. You don't have to do that every week in your weekly review. I remember that David Allen and Eric Mack, and Eric was doing all the IT work for David. And they would get together once a year and mine all of their ideas that they had been capturing for the year and decide what they wanted to go, move on for that year. What projects did they want to, activate? But they were both collecting for that year for that meeting. And so that's another thing that you could think about doing is that do you then want to anchor some time in your calendar with yourself or with other people to go over all those ideas and to see if you want to then move any of them forward into projects or actions? So I think that it's not so much the volume. It's like, how are you going to organize that volume? Ideas are in some ways someday maybes, but you can call them ideas. It can also be called someday maybe. You could have one someday maybe list, and when it gets too big, you can divide it into topic or time frames, meaning these are ideas I want to look at monthly or quarterly or yearly, or by topic. These are, for example, someday maybe landscaping ideas that I have, or gardening ideas I have, or marketing or sales or home improvement ideas, whatever they may be, travel ideas. It's endless in terms of how many ideas people have. So you can have databases on ideas if you want to. For a very long time, when I was at the David Allen Company, we had a whole database for GTD and kids. And so there was a place to be able to park all of that. And because there were so many ideas, we needed a whole database on that. So hopefully, don't be intimidated by how much you want to capture and don't censor that, but just be a little more ruthless that not every idea you have earns its way onto a project or next actions. It's okay to tuck them away on your someday maybe list or your ideas list, and then review it as often as you need to see if you now have space and time and energy to make it a current action or project. For more GTD resources, please visit gettingthingsdone.com and David Allen's YouTube channel. For more information on GTD coaching, please email us at info@gtdfocus.com or visit our website at gtdfocus.com.